The corridor to the right swings on, goes around the corner and takes a right turn, and you don't see much therefore. From it, the doorway in front of you does not have a glass looking, and does have it has a smudged window that you can look through if you stand close to it. And to the left you can see in the a bit away. You see that the corridor ends in a room which has a wall of familiar looking metal very close to the doorway. Which way do you want to go?
Don't make me go eeny miny mo.
You take left, I'll take right, Spoofnum takes front.
Oh, we're staying together. We're staying together.
So we are staying together. These things are dangerous.
Okay. Well.
Well, if you want, you can send Toriana ahead, but she kind of wants to protect you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the doorway is just 2 steps away from you.
Okay, let's go in there first then, I guess.
Okay.
I'll take a look.
Okay. You see, well, it's... Okay, yeah. You see, there you find a room filled with tables which house old style with desks. Yeah, that's the word, desks with old style monitors on the wall, old style keyboards, and chairs. Chairs. Let's see. Do you see anything unusual? You see that somebody raced through this. There are data pads, and all manner of things strewn all around this. Yes. There even
so which species would it be old style?
Probably all of us.
The monitors are half-inch wide plasma monitors. So yeah.
I like nod and say interesting. I did mention that though these solid projectiles hinted at a less advanced species.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the fact that are they even in space says that they must have at least some kind of technology.
Yes, but perhaps they haven't developed faster than light propulsion yet.
Yes.
Well, in any case, that's not important right now. These seem to be computer consoles. Perhaps we can get something accomplished here.
Perhaps you can. So
I basically stand back and keep an eye on the door and stuff, just securing the place,
making sure no space threat starts nibbling on people.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I do. I put my scientific curiosity aside and just keep an eye out for possible dangers.
Okay,
of course, these things could just be alien art.
Yeah, that's all.
These aren't computers. Weird art. Oh, funny.
Okay.
Good.
Oh, I'm going to keep that in mind. Yeah. So yes, you've got alien keyboards. Clunky keyboards with actual buttons that you have to press.
We're gonna run into hell at any moment.
I could. Yeah, I could.
Because we already had those automated messages and stuff. Who knows?
Indeed. Let's see. You find that only 2 of the monitors are actually functioning. The others seem to be malfunctioning. They just, don't actually show you an image, no matter what you do. The two that are left over have this glowy overlay that's over all the things that you're doing, making it slightly more difficult to figure out what is what in this alien space station. Still, you are clever enough to figure something out about this place. Roll me. What do you want to know first? Huh? Did I do that? Yeah, what do you want to know first, my friends?
Well, I haven't been studying the other microorganisms of this place yet, so...
Oh, yes, your biology sense are tingling. Good.
Nobody listens to me! Stop getting sidetracked! Well, can't you compile like a report of scientific findings you give to him later?
Well, you got your basic equipment here, so you determine a few basic properties of the scientific findings. One of the most interesting is that you're pretty damn sure that not all of these biological contaminants are from the same atmosphere, from the same ecosystem. So, yeah.
There could be a link between that. One crashed spaceship we saw earlier.
I was already thinking about that too.
Indeed.
Also, I will take some samples of the walls and maybe the keyboard also.
Okay, sure. There's another thing that... Oh, yeah. And that is when you about hit the limit that you can divine with your crude tools. You need to put them into the you need vastly better equipment to define what it does.
Yeah. Well...
Yeah.
I kind of figured that I would take samples and take them to the ship anyway.
Yeah. This is what you can just do with your brilliant use of the limited materials that you have. Is anybody interested in the computers, or shall we carry on?
Yes, let's push some buttons.
You push the buttons!
Are you kidding me? Of course I don't push buttons.
Okay. So...
Ooh,
no, Dini, don't push that button!
Ooh, what does this button do? Yeah, I was just gonna say that myself.
Yes. Push all the buttons.
There's a big, shiny, red button, which has a big skull... No, wait, that's not right. Okay, so...
Isn't that amazing? That when that island is shaped like our number 4, makes you think.
Yeah, indeed. So, what do you want to do, guys?
I first take a look at the monitor.
It shows a lot of symbols neatly arrayed on lines. You look at it for a moment. You see that this monitor has a body of text, probably, and it's got on the side. It's got specific subjects, I think, and at the top it's got specific subjects all measured out. On the bottom you see a couple of icons and things.
Oh, I will say to the reporter, take pictures of these symbols you see everywhere. We might want to know this language later.
Oh, okay, I'll share it. She makes pictures. Okay, these symbol, and then she shares the pictures with all of you.
I hit the like button.
And
I upvote them.
This is not Tumblr, my friend.
Oh.
But
Also, most importantly, what it says on the computer screen. We want to probably decipher that at some point, if not now.
yeah, indeed. So, who wants to roll a science on the things that you find?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
Rolling stuff. A tree. Yay. Good.
Okay. With a bit of prodding and a few careful experiments, you get the distinct impression that that these computers are all files, like reports on some subject.
Mm-hmm.
In theory,
Fascinating.
yeah,
Let's take them all.
they're hard mounted into the wall and the ship itself. But if you take the time for it, you can actually take them with you.
Take out my chainsaw. No.
Yeah.
No, no.
If you
Have you found anything that will help us with the polluted air?
Nope.
Is the air not polluted? Think I actually think it something this species breathes.
Did you not see there were diseases and contaminants inside of it?
Of course that there are diseases and contaminants. It's perfectly normal for air to have those.
Ah, yes, of course. I'm sorry. I'm more of a social scientist myself.
Every time every time he opens his mouth, I imagine him rubbing his tentacles together. Can't you see? It's all like perfectly normal.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, soon you will be contaminated and you will make a perfect specimen.
Yes, I'm just
Trust me,
imagining having this jar full of diseases and stuff that he constantly talks to.
Yeah. Trust me, am I a professional?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Well, a doctor anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I am a doctor, not a scientist. I mean.
Except that he is an exobiologist, but he doesn't tell.
Yeah, people give you weird looks when you tell them that you're a biologist.
Perhaps we should find So what do you say? Should we just abandon the plan to try to filter the air? Well,
Oh, there are no air filters here.
she then answers her own question. Well, we will only be here for a short while, so just focus on finding supplies. All right.
Yes, but what if we run in some more of those pests?
I will defend you.
One
Yes.
possibility would be to try to make the air toxic to the species here.
Ah, that is actually an excellent point, Doctor. These strange creatures we encountered had no problem whatsoever breathing this air. Perhaps we should just, if we would just drain the immediate area of all gases, that would be completely inhumane. What am I thinking? And out of game, inhumane is like the completely wrong word. Let's just imagine it's a completely different word in there.
It's ruthless.
Yeah, there we go.
If could I study their cell structure, even the microorganisms that have the same are from the same ecosystem as these species, I could make up a poison possibly.
Yes, indeed.
But
It would help to have a specimen.
Yes,
God, I was muted.
we have some microorganisms and some dead tissue. I think I managed to gather some at least before Tariana got me.
Yeah, but yes, but that's no, you can try, but I'm not. No, you can try.
What are the screens
course
hooked
you-
up to? Or they're just connected to the wall?
Connected to the wall.
Oh, so
yeah.
there's not like a actual thing I can grab and take with me that potentially holds information?
No. You don't notice that there are whatchamacallit? There are panels which can be easily removed by unscrewing the screws and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you suppose that the computer is behind there.
Oh well, waste of
Of
time,
course.
let's just move on. I say that out loud. Well, there doesn't seem to be anything here that we can use. Let us move on.
Of course, the problem with my plan is that I have a very limited equipment here with me. So I would have to get back to the big ship, I think.
Well, this is also a space station.
But it's got alien technology. I don't know how to operate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alright, so are you headed towards the familiar wall of steel on your right?
Yes.
Or down the corridor and down the corner on your left?
Yes.
2?
How is it familiar? Does that mean it points towards the outside?
You've seen it somewhere. It looks really, really familiar.
Yeah, that's why I
You
think
can't
it's like
really-
connected to the outside or something.
Yeah, probably.
That's why I think we should go the other way. We don't want to go outside. Or do we?
Oh,
Well,
look, vacuum.
as you stand here, the rotational gravity is... Oh yeah, I've forgotten about that. The rotational gravity is skipping to the floor and you don't feel any push or pull away.
Ah, okay. Well, I suggest going the opposite way, but of course, consensus
Around the
and
corner?
also she's not gonna say we need to do that. It's just her opinion.
So, are you going to go around the bend or see what the familiar wall is doing?
I think he wants us to go to the wall. I got a feeling.
Actually, I haven't heard a clear choice.
Yeah, my suggestion is going the opposite way. What do you guys... Excuse me, what do you guys say?
I guess I will be with Ramses.
Right.
In me power.
You go around the bend. And then it opens and then you go to a
What
skewed crossroads.
Crosswords, suddenly a puzzle! Oh no! This must
with
be a
alien
dungeon!
language.
We've encountered a puzzle!
And
You
it's
can
an
go-
alien language. How do we solve it?
Yes, indeed.
And now we run into
You're
a
going-
skeleton.
Actually, yes. Yes, you do. There's a corridor to the left. There's a corridor to the right. And there's a corridor to the around that way. It's not a perfect crossroads. There's a little bit of a skew between two of the legs. And as you round the corner, you see your first alien. Or at least it looks like it. There's this creature on the floor which is about 8 foot-ish tall, stretched out, and it is shaggy furred, it's got a tail, 4 legs, a righteous mane of black fur, and also a lot of cyberware. It has one mechanical leg, a device that is ingrained in his abdomen, in his chest, and you see a fortification of the spine, and through the spine sticks this long, heavy, wicked-looking spear thing.
How is it not rotted away by now?
Maybe it's recent.
Well, I don't know.
Does it look partly decomposed, or does it look quote-unquote fresh? Because I know we're in space, but we're at least in a artificial atmosphere, so decomposing still happens.
Yeah, if you get... Well, do you want to get closer to it?
Well, I think scientific curiosity will get the better of all of us.
Okay. You get closer, and you do notice that though the fur is still shaggy and strongish, the pool of blood beneath it has been crusted over, turning into a thick ichor. Ichor.
Yeah.
Ichor.
I turned to the doctor. Oh, sorry.
Yes, the musculature is thin. You can count his bones, sort of. Probably that isn't natural. And there's all manner of maggots that are trying to get the best out of this great meal, which it once was.
Doctor? How long ago do you think this happened? Because hasn't completely decomposed yet, so it can't. So this creature can't have died very long ago, can't it?
Would I have to analyze the organisms a bit more thoroughly for a good answer? But I'll give you an estimate.
Yeah, out of game as like a biologist, you have like you can guess how long a time something needs to decompose, right?
Well,
yeah, if you know the variables. So, let's see. Your best guess on the cursory evidence that you have, assuming it is a creature like yourself. You guessing about 6 months, but the standard deviation of your guess is something like 3 months. So it could be 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, anywhere in between.
Well, of course, he has some information about these species on board with this place, but of course, this
is the first time you see one of these. They're called X2s.
What did you say? I was kind of saying also something.
Oh yeah. You guessing that he's been dead for half a year, but it could be 3 months earlier, 3 months later.
Yeah.
There are too many variables.
I will, of course, convey that information. But I wonder if there were any survivors from the other spaceship.
She shakes her head a little bit and says, "That's very recent. Why hasn't anyone come down from the planet's surface? This is all very strange."
Actually, not really. If everything's automated, who knows what they will consider friend or foe?
Yes, perhaps.
Don't I think everything would be automated? Because they have some organisms on board. It kind of means that they would have served some kind of purpose.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Anyway, am I just guessing here?
Well, you're hypothesizing, which is a fancy word for guessing, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm quite happy with the guesses that you're making, because they're very good guesses. I can make use of those guesses.
So, there was a spear kind of attached to it? Did you say?
No. To be more exact, it was impaled on a spear.
It was impaled on a spear.
Yeah.
Perhaps they had
Do you know
a close
anthropology?
encounter.
Okay.
Perhaps they had an
Sorry, Dries.
Yeah.
Perhaps they had an encounter with the other spaceship's residents.
Yeah, that is a good
or the other way around.
Hypothesis. Yeah.
Oh crap! That's a bad roll. That's only a 0. I guess because I just think this is sort of like, this looks to me like some sort of ritualistic execution to like frighten your enemies and stuff and like put them on display.
Exactly that you're getting from this. You know how all of this spaceship is basic and practical?
Mm-hmm.
This spear does not look practical at all. It looks fancy in a weird way. It looks fancy and intimidating if you were the kind that would, I don't know, that would sacrifice puppies to an elder god of madness and chaos.
She says clearly these sentients were at war with another species.
Mm-hmm.
And things ended rather badly for the inhabitants of this station.
Mm-hmm.
Or the other way around.
Now that you're, getting close, this creature is, as I said, rather strange. I mean, he walks on all fours, but his front legs have opposable thumbs, which have an astounding array of movement. So they can actually fold them back.
Sorry.
Yes, they are. Let's see. They've got snouts with sharp teeth fitting a carnivore, a huge jaw muscles to break down their foes. Their bodies seem to be made for. They're not made for speed, so that's for sure. They've got shaggy manes. They've got eyes in the front of the heads. They've got a long snout, so their nasal cavity is rather big, and their ears are well formed. You can, if you feel down the fur, you can feel all manner of scar tissue on the entirety of this beast's body. Let's see, and it has a shaggy tail. Did I miss anything? I think I've got the most important things down.
I just quickly want to correct Zarg, and I say, actually, Superintendent, it's my theory that the creature that we see here is one of the original inhabitants of this station, as everything we've seen suggests that they have all the implements and vehicles and technology used is very practical, while this spear looks very ornate.
Mm-hmm.
So the spear is clearly from the invading species. Unless, of course, they sacrifice their own kind, but I find that improbable. Also, I think the space the suit that they wear is kind of similar to what we saw near the airlock, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I quickly point that out too. So clearly, this creature is the one that is an original inhabitant and not the invading species.
Yep.
I will maybe even with my limited tools here, I could try to somehow figure out if what it matches with, which kind of biology I have collected samples of.
Okay, and I think this is a good place to stop for now, since we are closing on the 3.5 hour mark.
That depends. How long do we take a break?
5 minutes.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, okay then. Okay. Yeah, it's not that I'm objecting or anything, or just wondering how long we've really been recording. But yeah, I don't mind at all. I'm actually feeling a little bit tired myself.
I'm hungry, so I'm going to, before I start thinking about eating aliens, I'm going to call it.
I just think it's a little frustrating. We get so little done during these Nomad's Lands session. I just want to know more, and we hardly get to investigate anything.
No, I think this session was fine because it was a new kind of. We got to know about an aliens, some aliens, and
That's
whatnot.
true.
Indeed.
It's
You've met your
exploratory.
Yeah. You've met your first alien.
And I clearly pointed us into the right direction.
Well,
Yes, they were invaded.
I'm.
That's not what I mean.
To me, all of even the microorganisms are alien.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah. But you know what I mean.
It's because I draw. I would just call them sentient aliens or whatever.
Yeah.
If, yeah, well, they are sentient.
Yeah, that's why Toriana always talks about sentience and stuff.
Yeah.
I think actually that's the more correct term to use than aliens, if you're talking about
indeed.
intelligent creatures.
Yeah, that's why I often use the word sentience to, demark the creatures that have thoughts and feelings and all that manner of synaptic
Also,
goodness.
Spuffdom, there's something I briefly need to mention is which I think you need to understand that you have a lot of scientific questions, but the GM isn't a scientist, so sometimes
I'm a social scientist.
Yeah, but sometimes you just need to accept more vague answers, shall we say?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, even for that atmospheric question, I mostly just wanted to know what they what's the main ingredient that they breathe.
I say oxygen.
Yeah. I told you, oxygen, thankfully.
Yeah. But you didn't specify in what amounts it was in that original statement.
True.
Wow. It's you've heard it now. From now on, you need to do calculations. And give an accurate report of that many percent oxygen, that many percent helium, that many percent, I don't know, xenon, I don't know. Wait, is xenon?
Probably. And then let's not forget that I need to tell you exactly how many space rats are nibbling on your arms. Instead of, rats, get them off!
Wait, now you're talking about me, aren't you?
Yeah.
The reason I asked it like that is because I need to know if I need to activate my very dangerous stunt.
Spoofnum, right now there are about 150 particles a million of alien microbes on your spacesuit.
Oh no.
Luckily, they haven't entered your
That's
spacesuit
actually a lot.
yet.
Luckily, we don't have a neat freak in our group, or they would be freaking out.
Germs! Alien germs!
No. Alien germs!
Yeah, that's what I said. Alien germs, they're not just normal germs, they're
You just gave me a horrible idea I need to use. If we ever run icons, you're definitely gonna run into a German bad guy called Germ Man. But it's completely appropriate for the genre. Germ Man.
Sigh.
I will find you, and I will pound the idea out of your head.
Now witness the amazing strength of my army of germs!
What are you gonna do? Cough on us?
Oh yeah, it would be funny. You don't have any superpowers, you're just sick! Silence!
Silence,
Oh.
you fool!
You are disease, and I am the cure. Cue the music.
That's hilarious, I gotta remember that Germ Man.
Oh, wow. That couldn't be horrible.
Yes. What do you say we end it on that horrible cue?
Yes.
Yes.
One way to say there's very little of something in the atmosphere, just say there are trace amounts.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Trace amounts. Yeah.
Minute amounts of blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm actually wondering what we're gonna play next week, because we still have the whole. We're still a little undermanned for the whole Transformers game if Richard doesn't show up.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, let's just drop it all together.
No, let's not.
No.
I actually want to play Transformers, but I think we're a little undermanned at the moment.
And next week I have been invited to a barbecue on the Saturday evening. So, yeah.
Well, we'll see.
However,
what we'll do. We'll see.
Oh wait, I know, son, I'm there. Well, I'm busy. That's not important. So, I think this Sunday I will go to my friend in Zwolle, which is a town in Holland.
Yeah, maybe we'll do something. Maybe we won't. I don't know. We'll see. I'll maybe poke some people. We'll see. Well, Spoofnum doesn't like doing games every week, so we'll don't have to count on him. Maybe we just skip a week, because that's only Dries and Nico. Then if Richard's still not there.
Oh, you can still do some fun things. I mean,
yeah, sure.
There's a lot of silly little games you can play. Something with kobolds, perhaps.
Kobolds. I think 2 people is a little small of a number. Yeah, I still have invaders too, which also could be fun. But I don't know. Just for 2 people, I don't know. Well, we'll see. Maybe just skip a week, because that'll give me less work. I don't know. We'll see.
So
and a bit of free time. Yeah.
I forgot to ask about the pressure of the atmosphere here.
Okay, that's enough for today. Say goodnight, everyone.
Good night. And quickly stop it. Quickly stop it before Spoofin says anything more.
And we hope to see you again for the next episode. And until then, keep on rolling those dice.